Hey everybody, and welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm with Jonathan.
Hey, hey.
And we got Joe.
Hola!
There's that bilingual back.
There's the Taguro for you guys.
Taguro, yeah. All right, so today we're just going over some news. Next week is our 10-year anniversary. We're going to do a top 5 time travel movies, and then we'll do the Pikachu. What's that?
1 year. You said 10.
Oh my god!
I wish we were Marvel.
We were just talking Marvel before we started recording. That's what it was. But yeah, and then we'll do Detective Pikachu review after that. So, what are you guys playing right now?
Joe? Nothing.
I know, it's crazy. I haven't seen you on anything.
Nothing. I've been way too busy. I'm not even home anymore. Oh. Today's my first day home this week.
On the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm literally playing nothing.
Okay.
When I get home after this, I'll probably jump on and see if I have the urge to play anything.
Yeah,
so I've had zero urges to play anything.
Then what are you watching?
I don't watch anything.
Oh my god. Are you reading?
No life.
I don't read, yeah. Literally no life. I'm not a TV person.
So Joe was in a coma for the last 3 weeks.
I just watched Endgame.
God damn, I gotta turn that down.
I just watched Endgame.
Yeah.
That was it. I'll go home and I'll throw on Netflix before I go to bed. Yesterday I put on... Well, the day before yesterday I put on... There was nothing I wanted to watch. Nothing was good. So I put on Impractical Jokesters.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow, yeah. There's nothing to watch.
Yeah, putting that on. Have you guys watched Dark Summer?
I did.
I watched the first episode.
Black Summer.
Black Summer.
I know what you're talking about. I did because there was nothing to watch and I was very bored and I wish I can get like those 8 episodes back.
Oh, no, really?
I loved it.
I hated it. I thought that was horrible.
So good.
Wow.
I mean, it was slow for sure. I mean,
I just thought it was horrible. I thought it was just very C grade type.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you watching, John?
So I was watching that for a while. I'm rewatching The Office again, which I need to stop doing. But Veep, I haven't seen all of that. I watched seasons here or there, but not like consistently. So it's like, I'm gonna start over and just watch from the beginning.
That's a great choice.
What else am I watching? I don't know. I'm watching all kinds of different stuff, but nothing else consistently. But I did start playing Star Wars Battlefront again because I just wanted something that I could sit down and just shoot things. So I played that for a few days.
Are you okay?
Yeah, right.
Today is May the 4th be with you when we're recording this. So I'm going to be streaming later on today Battlefront, the old Battlefront, the original. So.
Nice.
May the
not even
with all of you.
Wait, there was only 1 and 2, or was there 3?
There was 2 back in the old days.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because the second one was where you could be a Jedi, right?
Which I probably will do that one because I do like being the Jedi. But yeah.
Let me know. And you want to play, I'll teach you how to play.
oh, yeah. We used to spend hours in that game.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy.
Okay.
So good.
What about you, Tap?
I just finished Schitt's Creek, and I'm currently going over The Awesomes again. I've seen it before, but it's been a long time since I'm watching that right now. Which is it's like it's a superhero show, but it's with all SNL cast, and it's animated. So.
That sounds so terrible.
Do you need to talk, Tap? Are you okay?
I am great. SNL's amazing. I'm so tired
what
of defending
what are
it.
you playing?
Hearthstone and a little bit of WoW, but not a lot. Mostly Hearthstone. Yeah, so I don't know why. It's one of those games. It's like every so often you get into it, and then you're like, why am I playing this card game so deep? But
hey,
yeah,
you gotta remember, I was playing that card. What are you trying to say?
I know. Well, that's the thing is, I'm like, okay, I want to like get to where I know the decks real well, and now that takes a lot of time when you like study like the decks.
Well, now like when I was playing, it was like maybe an expansion in or 2, so like.
There's a lot now.
It was a lot less cards. I mean, you can like, hey, what's that 6 mana card? I'd be like, oh, I can tell you exactly what it did. Like,
right.
I just knew everything.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, when I'm playing on my phone because I'm like just bored now and not playing anything, I'll just be like, the hell is it? What does this do?
Well, there's this mode now that I'm really enjoying that you do puzzles in. Have you seen that before?
No.
Where it'll be like, there's only a certain way to win this battle. Where they'll have like 150 health, the other guy, but they'll give you a certain set of cards and like figure out how you're supposed to take all that health out.
You gotta find lethal, yeah.
Yeah, and so then you gotta like, okay, if I set this bomb off while I'm multiplying it and give it to him, it's crazy cool. So I've been doing that. I finished the explosions. Now I gotta go through Mirror Boss. There's 4 bosses to unlock the new card back. So it's pretty fun. I mean, it's like the last expansion, but it's new for me. So
the just normal mode. What decks are you playing?
Paladin. I've always been such a Paladin sucker. I love Paladin.
What is it right now? Is it Murloc Paladin or?
Mech Paladin is big.
Really?
Yeah, which is actually, again, less expansion, but it's still real big. I'm trying to build mid-range Hunter that's like all about magic spells, and then there's one card, Zul'jin. When you use Zul'jin, he recasts all your spells you've cast in the game. So it's like, oh man, that's insane.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm doing.
No aggro hunter face.
I am slowly building up an aggro druid deck, which is also pretty good.
I remember the aggro druid decks, and I have the druid is like my highest leveled
Yeah.
Because when I was playing, it was just the ramp druid, and I loved it.
So many people were like, "These are boring
OTK,
words."
OTK.
yeah.
So I was just like, it was always cool. But I tried the aggro because when I was playing basically the OTK one, it was just too slow.
Yeah.
And so I'd get blasted by aggro decks because I'm not waiting until like turn 8 or whatever. So I tried an aggro druid, and it was just like, just never was good for me. I just never liked it. So that was a little just.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to the mid range. I don't have it fully done yet. I know it's all about Zul'jin, so I got to get him. I tweeted them today. Maybe they'll like Herschel. Maybe they'll give me like a little bit free one. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's get on the news, guys.
Yeah.
And first off, you guys saw that Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, right?
I didn't. I just saw the little teaser. I'd never seen an actual trailer.
There's a full trailer out right now. They use "Gangster Paradise" as the soundtrack, which was my first complaint because I'm like, look, you guys are showing that song's amazing, but it's not about this like kid-friendly Sonic character running around. It's
Sonic a gangster in this movie?
No,
he's throwing up like he's got red flags on his back, and
he looks like crap.
Did you see they fixed it?
He's a baller.
They're gonna be fixing it more.
Yeah, they. I'm pretty sure they like released like a fix to it. Well, it was just all stuff on the internet, so it could have been. They had like the Twitter.
There's some mock-ups. Maybe you're
Twitter
looking at one of the mock-ups.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like they had a Twitter pic, like, "Hey, sorry, from." I'm bad with info, but it was like one of the directors or whatever or whoever.
Jeff Fowler.
And what I had seen was definitely a fix. I don't know if it was like a legit fix, but people were all saying like, "Oh, that's one way to market is." Push out, a horrible trailer with one of your favorite characters looking like dog shit, and then actually having
something better in plan.
Actually having what Sonic's supposed to look like, and just pushing him out.
So one of the I can't remember the movie he did, but there have been other CGI guys and stuff like that have worked on actual like blockbuster movies and stuff like that, have stepped in and said like, this is what it should look like, and have fixed it. And a lot of those images are going around. But Jeff Fowler of the actual movie, Sonic movie, came out and said, well, I'll read his tweet. He said, "Thank you for the support and the criticism. The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making the character the best it can be." So, I don't know what they can do, but seeing the original Sonic, what would you want to change, Joe, from the original to this?
I'm just going off the pictures that I had seen like yesterday.
Yeah.
They made it look a lot better. I mean, it didn't look like
I think his
the
eyes
kid
is the thing that's bugging me.
The kid from Jumanji and as he's a monkey.
Oh,
he didn't look like that.
So,
like I said, the picture that I had, I mean, I can't show the mic a picture, but it looked how it should be. So I would just go to that picture looking exactly like Sonic.
Fix the eyes and then fix the teeth. Like he has human teeth, which is like...
Yeah, the eyes.
Jonathan just brought up the picture of him. Those human teeth are kind of bugging everybody.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look right.
It didn't look good. It was too like the picture that I saw of the one that they have from the trailers to the fix just looked so good. The eyes were fixed.
Yeah.
His bottom part of his body was like higher up.
The right
so his
portions.
legs were looked a lot better. So I just hope
Sonic's supposed to be like the cool kid compared to Mario, and he doesn't look like the cool kid. I want to pick on that kid real bad.
Yeah.
My inner bully's kicking up pretty hard.
Because he looks like the kid from Jumanji. He's a monkey.
Yeah.
It looks horrible.
Yeah, I think their proportions are just way off.
Yeah.
Because his eye, like they need to get in contact with whoever did the Detective Pikachu movie because that animation looked really good. But his eyes need to be like double the size, and his torso needs to be like half the size.
Yeah,
to be
weird. They
properly
have
proportionate.
Like what people just fixing it themselves or whatever. But like I said, there was one I saw and I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's how it needs to be.
There's one that's going around too that I think probably the same one. It's like real big now that it's like that's the way. Okay. Next up, some unfortunate news. On May the 4th, we're talking about this. Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, had died at the age of 74. He played Chewbacca for the original trilogy through the prequels. Well, not the prequels, but you know what I'm talking about. And Revenge of the Sith, he did voice work in that. And the first episode of the new trilogy. Just really cool. So, in honor of him, can you guys do a Chewbacca roar? All right, back up off the mic. I see you like getting prepped over there.
No, I can't actually.
What?
I got a sore throat too. So.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't do a good
Sacrifice
Chewbacca.
it for the fans.
I don't do a good Chewbacca.
What about you,
I think what you should do in honor
Chewbacca?
is put that Chewbacca right here in the middle, actually.
I'll do that for the next recording.
Your Chewbacca pop.
Where is he at?
Right there,
Right
behind
behind,
Ray.
Oh, it's not too far. Okay, this is going to slow up our recording. Hold on, guys. We're bringing down the Chewbacca action figure, the pop.
Playing some
Here he is.
celebratory Chewbacca music.
I'll put some music in. Remind me, I'm writing that down. Music.
Not only can you put the music in, can you hum some music?
No, I'm thinking Indiana Jones.
Terrible.
Okay, let's get further on to it. So,
how did he? What was he sick with?
he had been failing in health for a while.
Yeah?
He was wheelchair bound and stuff like that.
Just
for the last
anything
few
in
years.
particular get him? Or?
I think he was, he's really tall, and I think he might have had a situation where that's not great for your health. As a short person, I think I'm okay.
he had tall disease.
Well, you know how it is. Like, he gets to a point. He's Chewbacca. He's real tall.
I think if you don't have gigantism or whatever, the actual wasn't like Lou Ferrigno or somebody that actually had that giant.
Lou Ferrigno is deaf.
Oh, there's a celebrity that had that disease where
Like Andre the Giant.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Wow, I miss Andre the Giant now too. This is getting sad. All right, moving on to the next thing. Avengers Endgame opening weekend, guys, $1.2 billion. And I didn't get a check at all, so I don't know how confused.
And we've been sponsoring them, right? I mean, we promote them.
We've
so
talked
much.
about them enough to get a little piece of that cheddar.
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, like I've said it in the text chats, I mean, 95 Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Still nowhere near my Paddington 2. I'm just saying.
Oh my god. I haven't seen Paddington. Have you seen Paddington 2?
Paddington 2 has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know that. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, of course.
Okay, viewing party at Joe's house.
Yeah.
Biggest supporter of a movie hasn't seen ever.
It was on, where was it on?
Probably TBS. I mean,
It was on something, and I was watching, I just had it on, but I fell asleep.
So somebody from Rotten
sign.
Tomatoes just got paid out for that one.
No, they have
well, if that was the case, Avengers would be 100%. Like, well, I mean, I still was pretty high up there.
What am I trying to say? The actual voters and reviews on them obviously were a lot more for Endgame. Paddington 2 had like 264 for the actual Rotten Tomatoes for that 100%, which is still really good.
Right.
Endgame had, yesterday when I checked, it was like 95% or whatever. And they probably were like in the thousands or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the actual, the audience, they have the audience that liked it. Theirs was a solid 90% for Endgame.
Lower than I expected for the audience.
Yeah, it was 90% for the audience, and they had like 23,000. And then Paddington was like 88%. But I don't know. I don't remember the number on that one.
I think me and Joshua ended up with like a 97 when we did the review last week.
Yeah, I saw the beginning of the 97, but I think all the more reviews.
Well, no, I'm saying me and Joshua when we reviewed it here
gotcha.
was 97. Yeah, I know you listened to the episode, so
of course.
You just got
What do you think I was listening to on my way here?
So yeah, Infinity War opening weekend got $640 million. I thought it was interesting, so I looked up how much each actor is getting paid, right? And I only got the main ones. Robert Downey Jr.'s got a deal where he like makes a percentage. So last movie he got $75 million. This movie looks like he's gonna get $75 million. Or up to $100 million is what Denny Geeks was saying. And that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
No wonder why he's like, I'll be Iron Man forever. Because,
Well, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans, so that's Thor and Captain America, getting from $15 million to $20 million. That's way less. Do you think that's fair?
No.
Well, if he's got the deal for percentages of what the movie's making, right?
Yeah, I think a better manager.
Better manager and just better contract written up. The other two probably were just like, hey.
I'll take a flat amount.
Yeah.
That's true, because there's no risk. That's a gamble, but, I mean, it's not
It's a gamble, but
it's a very safe gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble, and it's just like, I mean, these movies are always going to be big.
Yeah. And also, though, the Marvel franchise was kind of built with Iron Man.
I was going to say.
He probably had that contract early when it was low.
I was going to say, depending on, when the contract was made and how long it lasts.
He
it was
probably started
just like
it
at the beginning, like, hey, and Marvel was probably at the time like, hey, we can save a little money here for now. But, now.
Back when 1% didn't look like it was going to be a lot, and he was probably only making $2 or $5 million on the first couple movies.
Yeah.
It's
now we know it wasn't Thanos that killed him. It was Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number wise, we know. I mean, obviously, it doesn't seem fair, but that's how the contracts are written up.
Oh, spoiler alerts, by the way. Shit.
Oh, yeah. A little late. But I mean, if they want to complain, I mean, I'm here.
Yeah, right.
I'm here. I will.
I'll be the next.
I'll go in.
You'll take a check.
$5 million less.
Tony Stark's son comes emerged out of nowhere. Here comes Joe.
Right.
Gee whiz, guys! I know electronics. Scarlett Johansson's getting $20 million for her standalone movie, so that kind of gives you an idea where she's at too. But yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth needs a raise because that guy, I think he carried some. I really liked his character in Endgame.
I think he was a little. I don't know. I really liked it, but I think he was a little overplayed. Me and Joe were talking about this on the way here.
Yeah, it's funny. We were.
They were trying to cut out so much, but they didn't cut out very much of. Or maybe they did. Maybe there was a lot more. But I think they could have reduced some of the comical scenes with Thor and elaborate on the more depth of the
My
movie.
thing was like because we were talking about it on the way through text. I was like, hey, you saw it yesterday? I just saw it yesterday too, first time. I've seen it like 8 times. But I was just like, I was like, yeah, it was long, but I just felt like I got like a little bored. Like I felt like halfway through. Like I was just like not bored. Like obviously I was very excited. Like I was excited because it was in game. I was excited to see it and everything. But I was just kind of like, okay, like when are we?
I didn't get because to me it felt.
I felt like it dragged on a little.
Yeah. To me, other than the ending was definitely not comic book. But I felt like the whole story felt like to me a comic book. Like when you get those big Secret Wars and Infinity War and you get those big story arcs in comic books where you'll have the Spider-Man one-off and then you'll have the Spider-Man the tie-ins. Mm-hmm. It felt like we got a little bit of the tie-ins, we got a little bit of this, we got a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. To me, it felt very comic booky, so I was kind of ready for that. The ending surprised me on that, but because
was the ending a big twist for everyone? Did you guys not know how it was going to end or
contract-wise? I knew it might end that way. I knew one of the endings because of that. Because I keep an eye on the contracts everybody has. And Chris Evans' contract was up. So, yeah. I knew he was kind of be fading out. But Iron Man said he wanted to play till he died. And
they were like, okay, well, guess what?
Yeah.
We'll write this in the script.
Practice your crying.
Oh, God. That was
How good are you at snapping?
Oh, man. When he looks over at Doctor Strange, who is like probably my new favorite. When he looks over at Doctor Strange, he does that one like, oh, man. Don't do it, so good.
What was funny is I was thinking too, and I know I've said this in one of our other podcasts, and if it wasn't in a podcast, it was when we were just talking.
Yeah.
We were just talking. It wasn't after, when was the first movie he was in? Was it Infinity War? Was the first time you see Doctor Strange in an actual movie?
No, he had an original.
Because I know he had his original movies.
I think that was his first time.
Was his first time? Okay, yeah. So I watched Infinity War, not seeing Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
I had seen the trailers and when the movie came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. I was just like, okay, it doesn't look like my style, right? So I watched Infinity War, and I remember watching Infinity War and just being like, this guy was freaking dope. Like, I was like, who was this guy? And I remember telling you that, and you were like laughing. You were like, yeah, you should definitely go watch the movies. And I think I am because I've seen them on Netflix, and they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
And now it's like begging me. So I went like maybe that weekend, or maybe even that day. I don't remember. And I watched it, and I was just like, this is awesome. Like this guy is dope. And it's not my style. Like I like when it comes to just like characters in video games or the superheroes, I guess. I like brute strength. I like I love like Hulk, even though like these last two movies I haven't seen anything. I'll get into that later, but like I've always liked Hulk. I've always thought Thor was kind of cool because he's just kind of like this.
He's got that swagger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Who else? I don't know.
You like power.
Yeah. I like just like brute strength. I don't care. I'm like the sorcerers and the mages and stuff like that. I don't like not my style. But yeah, I saw Infinity War and I thought it was really cool. So I watched the movies. I really liked them. And then he came in. When he came in, I was just like, good stuff. I was just like, I like this guy. I don't know why, but I like him.
What I can't wait for is I hope they do a prequel of him too that explains like how he got the time stone or like how, because they're the keepers of the time stone, right?
Oh, it goes so far back,
Yeah, so they should make a whole. They could probably do more than one movie that explains them becoming the keepers.
When he did do the one to Tony at the end, what was that about?
Okay, it took me the third time to realize exactly what was going on in that narrative. So earlier, again, I want to just throw out the spoiler alerts. Mm-hmm. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 spoilers.
Make sure
your secondary review of the movie.
Yeah,
and they're going over it all.
I swear, the first review I just spilled everything.
Nice.
Anyways, so yeah, Tony's talking to Doctor Strange. And he says, like, you said there's 1 in 14 million. Yeah. This is the one, right? He says, if I tell you, it won't happen. Which I, this time, realized, like, oh, he's saying that because then you won't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tony sees the gauntlet there, and like, this is my chance. I could snap this and fix this. But he knows a mere human, if he does it, will die.
Tells him, he's pretty much saying, if I give you hope, a reason to live for your family, you're going to live for your family, and we're all going to die.
Well, he just, cause I think it's, something along those lines. Yeah. And so he looks over at Doctor Strange at that moment, and Doctor Strange gives him, okay, this is the one.
That's what I figured it was.
Yeah, so you have to, he's telling him, like,
you have to snap.
I need you to kill yourself for this. Oh, man. That movie just, it hits all, every time I've seen it, I don't want to give this part away, but that scene where Captain America does that one amazing thing, that's giving me goosebumps every time I've seen this movie. It's just so good. That movie's oh man. We were gonna do top 5 MCUs next week, but as a remix from our first episode was top 5 MCU.
We could just all talk about that one movie.
But that's the thing is, first off, I think I'm still too high on that. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna be too hyped. I'm gonna play that
same.
number one.
I mean, that was my thing. Is I came in and I was like, hey, I got questions. I want to ask some things, but
Yeah.
And we can just list out all the MCU movies and just talk about them all together in a
Yeah.
in
That's a good idea.
a
Yeah.
group.
We'll do
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. I'm digging Doctor Strange.
yeah.
I just
He's
thought it was
awesome.
just like really cool.
I hope they do more movies of just him and explain kind of.
Or just like how he just like his
Origin.
portals. He can just the portal gun is
Yeah.
basically his thing, and he's just throwing people out and.
I've always liked Constantine. I've always liked magic-based heroes because there's so much like cool cult history and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is the Eye of Agamotto, which came from this one guy, and then this thing, and so there's always like something that's like from ancient history.
And I really
love
liked how it was before we even spoilers, I guess, before we even see Doctor Strange like come out at the end, right? When they're doing I thought it was kind of cool how they're doing the time travel back to the other movies. I thought I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And now we're seeing it from a different perspective. Like Hulk's here and he's talking to that one lady, right? I don't know her name. She sees the future and stuff. She's from the Doctor Strange.
The ancient one,
yeah,
the ancient one,
and she's all like, "Oh, I'm here for Doctor Strange or whatever." And he's like, "Well, you're 5 years too early."
I
was
love
like,
that.
I don't know why, but I was like,
He's about
that's
10
cool.
blocks that way.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
oh,
doing
that's
like
so
heart
cool.
surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I really thought that was cool, and I was like, oh yeah, she's from his movie. I remember watching it. I was like, I like Doctor Strange. Again, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then she was he was trying to get it from her and the stone, and she said something about like how like never to give it away or whatever. And he's like, well, why did Doctor Strange give it away so willingly to Thanos?
Yeah.
And she just like immediately just was like, what?
What? Yeah.
Like he's like the greatest of us all.
He's
and
meant
then,
to be the greatest.
And
Yeah,
then
I
it like
love
hit
that.
me like in the movie, because when I was watching the movie, I was like, what? This guy knows better. Why is he giving it away? But then like he was seeing.
Yeah, he knows.
He knew what was gonna happen,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That is just
He would
so
have to
dope.
die.
I don't know
This
why,
movie
would have to be
but
snapped
it was
away.
at
It is
that
so
point
dope,
when I was
yeah.
just like that. It hit me like what was going on. I was like, "This guy's dope. Like I really like this guy. I don't know why he's so cool."
He's willing. He's confident enough in his
he
abilities that
knows
he'll
what's gonna
die
happen.
and come
I
back.
was like, it
just
didn't
to-
hit me. I was watching the movie and it like I went back to when I was watching Infinity War and I was like, "Come on, man, you know better. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But then at that one scene when Hulk's talking to her, I was just like, he knew.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then
I love that reaction.
then he's talking. Then at the end when Cap's getting up, he's getting his beating, and he's getting up, he's walking, and you hear the coming the radio.
On your
I was sitting there, I was
on
like,
your
"Who is
left
that? Who is that?" And he's like, "On your left side," and then you just see the circle. I was just like, I just in my head, nobody was screaming, but in my head, I was.
Yeah.
It felt like a little nerd, but I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I was super hyped.
I love that movie. Oh man, I'm gonna go see it again.
But yeah, he was like, I was like, whose voice is that? I mean, I knew they were coming, right? I was
Yeah.
just waiting for it to happen. And
that was like when
he
they
was,
were.
he got his beating, Tony was like knocked out. Thor was I don't know where he went, but Cap just got that big old beating, and then he was getting up. It was all slow, and I was like, all right.
And that left side
Spider-Man's
was,
web's gonna come out of nowhere, something like they're gonna come in, and then just like the radio came in, and I was just like,
Which is cool because it's on your left, which is when they used to jog together around.
Yeah,
in
that's
Washington.
what I was
They were
trying to
like, on your left. And
he kept lapping his.
so many callbacks to the original movie.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Really good.
and
Yeah.
I just saw like the little port open. I was just like, Doctor Strange.
All right. Next up,
After this long deviation.
our review 2. No, honestly, I mean it's too awesome, and I'm leaving it all in there. Review 2.0. I'm cool with that. Cinemia closes down. Remember when we were talking about movie pass review replacements?
Yeah.
Cinemia was the one I was going to sign for. Then I was like reading the reviews. I'm like, something
Sound
shaky
a little
about this.
sketchy, yeah.
They just closed down in America. So
nice.
I'm glad I didn't give them too much money.
Yeah.
I didn't give them any, so that was good. Let's go into video games.
Mm-hmm.
The Epic Studios, which is the guys that do Fortnite. Joe, you know what I'm talking about? They just bought Rocket League.
I know.
What's Rocket League?
A really cool game that I didn't want to get corrupted. Now it's corrupted.
Well, the thing is, I haven't looked too much into it. I read it the other day. But what I am hearing, hopefully, is that they're saying that it won't be sold on the Steam store anymore, obviously. But if you own it, you'll still be able to play it. So I'm not too upset about that. I hope it's not like, it's still gonna. I can still open it from Steam, but it's gonna like transfer me. Like I have to make an Epic account, or
which
something.
I have now because I'm just.
I don't
ready.
because I'm better than that, and I don't like to.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
Anyways, so I was just like, we'll see. I haven't opened it up in a minute, but I was playing it for a second, and whenever I get back to around it, if it's like, hey, you need to make an account
Epic
over
store.
here, I'm gonna be like, delete, get my money back. Screw you, Steam.
Just go back to building tree houses in Minecraft, Joe. It's okay.
There you go. So yeah, it's Psyonix. They were sold by. They got to Epic. Epic says the PC version of Rocket League will come to Epic Games Store in late 2019. In the meantime, it will continue to be available for purchase on Steam. Thereafter, it will continue to be supported on Steam for all existing purchasers. If you like Steam, buy Rocket League now. If you're debating about Rocket League, it's just a fun game. Get the DeLorean. I got it. It's amazing. And get it, and then you'll have it forever. So you're good.
I don't have any special cars, but I do have rare cat ears on my car.
Oh, yeah.
And I called them my Schnarf ears. So every time I score a goal, I'm like, Schnarf.
Oh, God. It's a fun game. It's
one of those
cars
games.
playing soccer. It's weird.
You know what's funny? I'm sitting there, I'd seen it, and when I first bought it, I was like, oh, I'll be all right at this or whatever. No big deal. That game is really hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it
terrible
is.
at it.
I'm not good at it. I mean, I only have like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours. So
yeah,
it's nothing. But, yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It is not an easy game.
But it's cars playing soccer?
It's literally cars playing soccer,
That's
but
crazy.
there's actual skill involved.
It's funny because I didn't own
controlling the
I owned
car.
it on the PC, and then my nephew got a Switch, and I was like, I'm going to get a Switch someday. I know that. And he was using my account to buy stuff, like, because I was buying games for him. And so he's like, well, I want a new game. Like, you want Rocket League? And he's like, no, I want to get this one over here. You like soccer, right? Well, you need Rocket League, because I knew eventually I'm going to have that account, and I need Rocket League on there. So I bought him Rocket League because I knew I was going to have Rocket
You're
League
like
on
Doctor
there.
Strange. You saw the future.
Oh, my God. Oh, Mjolnir. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Also, oh, my God, Joe. You free the future. Fortnite has the Avengers Endgame mode going on. So look at your tie-ins over there.
That's what I do.
Well, yeah. Have you played Fortnite?
I have not, and I never will.
It's taken over Apex again. It's back in the league.
Which is fine. I'd never jumped on that Apex boat. I didn't like it from the beginning.
I did for a bit.
And I'm not surprised. I kind of... Call me Doctor Strange if you want, guys. Call me the Ancient Joe.
Oh my God.
But...
That's your new nickname, by the way. Not Joe Bear.
I just kind of... Not surprised.
Yeah.
There's got to be somewhere on the internet for all the kids to go, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's... And we're going off of Twitch numbers, which Twitch numbers show a lot. It's like something around 20,000 now for Apex, and it's like 134.
I just never saw anything
Fortnite.
great in Apex. I mean, I feel like I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm cool or anything, but I'm when there's like a new hype in a game or something,
Yeah.
I always step back and I'm like, okay, am I gonna enjoy it?
You do that a lot.
Look at it
Am I
subjectively.
gonna play it? Am I gonna get my money's worth? And I'm pretty good at knowing what I am gonna like and where to save my money. I don't think I've never bought in these, like what's Apex, I guess, I was like, it's not my style. I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't really get into it or spend any money because it's definitely dropping. And I'm like,
Something like that will happen.
What happened to campaign games? Are we not seeing those anymore? Everything seems to be like Battle Royale.
They took a hit, and they're actually starting to redeem a little bit. We're getting, I think Stadia will help a lot, stuff like that. From what we're seeing out of PS5, it looks like Sony is going to make sure to take the mantle of that single-player campaign thing.
Definitely.
The new Jedi Fallen Order, that was their big selling point, like no multiplayer and no microtransactions. It's just a good old game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're there. It's becoming a refocus now.
Yeah.
So,
I think they're overcorrect. They went too far. Everybody wanted the multiplayer games
Battle
and
Royales got real
Battle
big.
Royale. Yeah. So now it's kind of, you had so much of that, and you missed the campaigns.
Yeah.
Now they're all right, cool. We can market campaigns again.
Yeah.
The problem with the campaign games, like we said in one of our last convos where we were talking about businesses or whatever, you can't make any money on a single player game.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why you don't see them as much anymore. And then the big companies that are still pushing them out. What was one of the most recent ones? I know Witcher did really well.
Yeah. Far Cry's always been solid.
Far Cry, Red Dead, right? Didn't Red Dead?
Yeah, Red Dead
do pretty
Redemption. Oh, that's a biggie. Yeah, I still got to play number 2, but it's because I got.
I'm trying to think of all these other ones that were like
So
recent but really big. So they're still there.
Yeah.
But it's just not like every game coming out has a single player mode now because
Yeah.
you can't really make your money there.
That does remind me. I want to give a quick shout out. I've been doing what I've been calling on Twitter because I'm starting my new hashtag here, Frank Catalog Catch Up, because I've been trying to catch up on all the stuff I missed out when I was remodeling the house and all like that. So I just want to give a shout out to Pushing Buttons. They've given us a shout out on theirs. I want to make sure to give one back. We've given to one back in the day.
Those guys are pretty funny too.
Yeah, they're good. They are good. They're a great podcast that focuses on video games. If you guys like what we do here, but you just want to hear the video game part, they do there, and they know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say a studio name and know the details on the studio.
Yeah.
I only know a studio name when they screw up. So,
Or when pushing buttons informs you about what they're doing.
Right. So I'll give them a check out. The next podcast on my list is the Ronin Geek podcast, which is similar to us too, but he has like a much better voice than I do. So he talks like this the whole time, and it's like real classy. So that's my next one. Anyway, so 2 shout-outs there. But yeah, I have Red Dead Redemption 2. There's all kinds of games I need to catch up. And because of BlizzCon and Hearthstone, you know how everybody just when playing Hearthstone, you start getting that WoW itch real strong.
Well, it's funny. WoW's the game that they made off of Hearthstone, right? They made an MMO off the Hearthstone game. So I got to give that WoW game a try.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out sometime.
Joe's the one that got all of us into it. And now he's like, I'm out.
I am stoked for Classic.
Oh, everybody I talked to, I think we're going to do a huge review for it. That'll be a streaming marathon that we're going to do for that one.
My only concern, I guess, is it seems like it's going to be very... I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but it feels like... I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to waste time here, but it's like... It's not going to be...
This is really...
It's going to be underwhelming?
Almost, I guess. It's not going to be like... Obviously, it's not like a live game, I guess, right?
It'll be close.
Yeah, but I feel like it's going to be just like a patched type game. I'm trying to think of something...
It'll be... Okay, so what it is they're trying the hardest to keep it as original as possible. The technology that ran that game doesn't exist anymore. So they've like literally had to create new technology to slow down the game's computing power to make it feel like an old, rusted up game. Like, they put a lot of effort into making sure this feels original. There are a couple things like the BlizzCon social, or Blizzard social stuff that's still in the game, but you still have to walk to a dungeon. Like, they're keeping it hard.
Yeah, I have no problem with the stuff you can't get rid of, like the friends list. Like, that's fine. Like, I mean, why would you get rid of that? Like, I just want to play Classic. I don't want to have to, manually, I want my friends list there. That's totally fine.
Right, yeah.
Running to the dungeons, typing forward, I'm totally looking forward to, believe it or not. Like, I have no problem with that. It's just like, I was reading some of the notes where they're talking about like, the game will come out on X date but there's not, there's gonna be world PvP, but there's like nothing out of it.
So it's kind of like, let me explain. What they're doing is they're trying to mimic vanilla. So they won't release all the great stuff right away. Yeah. They're going to release it in a similar release pattern that they did it before. So, yeah, there won't be battlegrounds.
Yes. No, yeah.
We'll get that kind of stuff later on. We're going to start with the Molten Core, and then we'll eventually get to AQ and stuff like that, which I'm really looking forward to AQ.
Why are they doing all that, though? Why are they re-releasing the game?
Because the fans have been wanting the original game so much that they've been making illegal servers.
So they're going to bring back the original game from, like, 20 years ago and then update it little by little like they did over the years?
Well, no, they'll never get out of vanilla, though. It'll add the raids from vanilla, but it'll stay that level 60 cap vanilla. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll still always be... That server's always going to be...
So they changed it too much now that people are saying...
Well, just because people want the nostalgia. It's like I love playing the 86 Mario or the 85 Mario. That's what people are looking for. They want that classic stuff, That's what it is.
Yeah. And it's a nostalgia trip. To me, it's, from the games now, right? They're really, fun and big and cool, and a lot of people like everything new with them. To me, it's from my view, and I know I've talked to Taff about it before, it's just too much. Yeah. Like, I thoroughly, really don't enjoy the end game. I miss the simplicity of the game, and I miss how, at the same time, it being so simple was actually hardcore and rewarding. Like you said, you had to run 2 hours just to get to some spot. Now it's like, well, I can get there in like 5 seconds. Like, I know that doesn't, it's like, well, I can get there in 5 seconds. It seems easier. I miss exploring. I miss just running around, doing my own thing.
It loses its value if it's not a challenge to achieve it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And now everything is so easy to obtain for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Joe, but I want to make sure that, because that day that it comes out, we're going to be streaming it. We're going to try to stream for 24 hours straight. That's my goal. I'm going to need a lot of coffee. But that's the idea, is that we'll play together. Because we have multiple. I have a group with you. We're setting up to go ahead and do adventure together. I have another group that's kind of like I'll be subbing in and out of. If you go to sleep, I don't know what your schedule's going to be like. But I have another group.
Another group?
So we're going to try to stream that for 24 hours. It's going to be hard. But that's our goal. But one thing I want to make sure to get out there is the fact that you got to remember that we are 10 years smarter. Not even 10 years. What is it? Like 15 years smarter. So things like simulation, SimCraft, that's something that they can't get rid of. That's something that the fans have made, and it's off to the side. So we can make sure that we're the best ever. We can't just go with, oh, the blue armor looks cool. We'll know the blue armor is the coolest. So it's one of those things where going into it, everybody's expectations are so high. I mean, everybody I talk to is so hyped about Classic coming back. But you got to understand that we're way smarter than we used to be.
Yeah.
And so we're still going to tear through it a little bit faster than you're expecting.
Yeah.
You're going to know the optimal routes of walking around because you've been doing it for 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When back then it was like, wow, look at that mountain. Now you're like, if I go over that edge of the mountain, I'm faster than I was if I were to go on the trail. Stuff like that. There's little things like that, you know?
Yeah.
I know, that's another thing too, is like, making gold back then was hard.
It was very hard.
But I know with my expertise now, I'm going to make some gold.
Yeah.
You know, so.
You know what to do. So,
yeah.
I mean, the stuff like that, like, I know that comes with, like you said, like, it's a good word, you know, being 10 years older. Like, we have all that experience, and I get that, and that's going to come with it. It's more of, to me, it's just playing that old patches ago game. Like, to me, today's game is just, I can't get into anymore. And I don't know what it is. It's literally, I think that's just the only way I can say it. It's just, I just feel like it's too much. I have so much on my screen, and I'm just like, ugh.
You also put a lot on yourself when you play that game. You put on yourself however much you want to play when you play WoW. I've gone from both spectrums. I've gone to where I just log in, just to do some questing, and kind of what I'm doing right now, honestly. Check out my garrison or whatever. And I've gone to where I'm mythic hardcore all day, every day. You choose what you want on that. And I think sometimes when you get in there, you especially, you're the kind of guy that once you start tanking, you kind of want to start to perfect it. And you start to, you know, and that premise is hard on you when you try to perfect yourself, when you try to min-max. You end up increasing, whether or not you want it, you increase your brain power into that game, and that burns you out. So I just think that's how you are, Joe. I think when you play that game, you're too good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, mentally, you have to be.
I think it's the point of an MMO. Well, we all want to be the best, you know?
Well, I understand that. But when you play that game, you have the option of just like, I really like this talent tree. I'm not going to switch it because I like how this feels. I can still tank at a pretty good level. I don't need to be the best. You'll do the research. You'll find out what's the best. And you'll make yourself learn it. And you're not a Mythic Raider because you haven't wanted to be a Mythic Raider. And yet, you prepare like a Mythic Raider. So you're burning yourself out without the rewards. A lot of times when you play that game. You get really good, and then you go play with your guild that doesn't try hard. So then you're like outperforming your guild already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you need to go back to WoW and do one or the other. You need to either just relax and enjoy the game, or you need to try some Mythic out, man. I think you'd have fun.
Yeah, okay. We've had the talks before, you know. So.
Yeah. Me and Joe could talk for hours on WoW.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of video games, Earthworm Jim. Oh, man. Coming to Intellivision Amico, which is a new video game system coming out. Which, I don't know if you guys remember Intellivision. This is going to bomb. It's not going to do well. It's a little like keypad, like 10 keypad with little screen on there, 2 screens, and it's going to be like Pong and stuff coming back. It's literally a revamped Pong and stuff like that coming back.
So these games you can have in an app on your phone?
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's spend $150 on the system so we can play it on the system now. That's what it is. So it's really bad.
Does the system also recharge my phone?
Oh, man. They should throw that in there.
At
least it would be a decent charger.
Portable battery pack.
Yeah. And then let's see. Let's talk about TV real quick. A lot of shows are getting canceled and renewed. I'll try to go over these a little quicker. So Designated Survivor got picked up by Netflix. I enjoy that show.
I never watched it. I know you talked about it a lot before. I'll have to check it out.
I like
if it's
the politics part, and I hope they lean on the politics part more. I hate the FBI parts, so I hope they just go politics.
So it's only half good. Gotcha.
Yeah, it really, honestly, it really, really is.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone got picked up for season 2. That was going to be an easy one on CBS All Access. Okay, NBC. Let's see, they're canceling Marlin, which I was surprised that got canceled. That seemed like it was doing pretty good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine got renewed. New Amsterdam got renewed.
Wait, for Brooklyn Nine-Nine still making new seasons?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're on NBC now.
That's another one I've been rewatching on Hulu. Yes,
yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Superstore got renewed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ellen's Game of Games. You guys watch Ellen's Game of Games?
Yeah, that's pretty
You
funny.
watching that game?
Yeah.
That's good.
I haven't watched a lot of them, but I've seen like 6 or 7
They're
episodes.
always good for like a pickup here and there. I like that. And the shows that we're still waiting for from NBC is This Is Us. That'll be picked up. AP Bio. We're not sure on that one. In Blind Spot.
Have you guys watched AP Bio?
It's on my list. I'm gonna watch it.
It's pretty funny. It's not like you got to stop what you're doing and watch it all, but if you're bored and you just want something on in the background, it's amusing. It's a lot like Always Sunny.
It's funny because I went onto my Hulu app to watch AP Bio, and then I'm like, oh, awesome! I haven't seen this in a long time. I started watching that, and I'm binging that again. So it kind of got in my way of watching AP Bio, but that's on my list.
Nice.
CBS, the renewed shows, is Mom got renewed for 2 seasons. I really love that show.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other ones. Some of the ones that are canceling or ending is Big Bang Theory, Salvation, and Elementary. Elementary was good back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys watched Big Bang Theory? I can't stand it personally.
My wife likes it, but I'm
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's
not a fan. Yeah.
ABC, they are renewing Blackish, The Connors, Good Doctor, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is, pretty good. It's getting better. And Modern Family, it's going to be the last season. They already canceled Take Two, and they're starting a new series called Mixed-ish, which is Blackish, but it's a prequel, so it's like in the 80s. Last up.
There's also a show by them called
where the
Adultish or something like that. Yeah.
Daughter goes to college.
Yeah, that
is cool.
I
and
still
Off the
haven't seen
Boat
that.
was kind of a spinoff of theirs too.
Yeah.
Fox, they are renewing Bob's Burgers,
Nice.
Family Guy, and Simpsons for 31 and 32, those seasons. They canceled. Well, they finished Gotham. By the way, did you watch the rest of Gotham?
No, because I missed a season in between. I need to go back and find it.
I'm behind by a couple seasons, but I had to pull up the video where they revealed Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, they did pretty good. I mean, it's just like one little zoom in shot, but I was like, they got him in there. That's something. It's pretty cool. The Gifted and Rel are all canceled. And a couple new series. We're still waiting for the Orville. That's the one I'm kind of like, they need to bring that back. I think if they cancel that, Hulu will pick it up, or somebody will pick it up.
Yeah.
It's got too big of a cult classic fans type thing. The CW, we have the last season of Arrow next season. Black Lightning and everything like that got brought back. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend's canceled. Jane the Virgin canceled. iZombie canceled. I know Mom's going to be sad about Jane the Virgin.
What about, how's your guys' Game of Thrones going?
Oh man, so good.
So fucking good.
This last episode was an epic battle. I mean,
Yeah.
when this releases, there will be the 4th episode out, right? So
yeah, this releases on Monday morning, so it'll be... so it won't be a battle. I think it's going to be more of like a post-battle...
Yeah, recovery, regrouping, redirecting.
Is there like spoilers that I should say, or should we leave it?
There's a lot of spoilers going on right now. If nobody's caught up, I don't want to really...
Well, I don't watch it, but I know... I just got questions. I don't know if I should say anything for people that maybe haven't.
Ask one question. We'll see where we're at. Who killed the Night King?
Okay, so you said it. So I heard
died.
that the big guy, the main bad guy, died.
Yeah.
And there's still like 4 episodes, right? Or something like that.
3 more episodes. So what's next?
That was a misdirect. And what's funny is, the thing is, we record the episode, or we review the episode like a day or 2 after the episode airs. And then after that, I continue doing the research about that episode. And then I'm learning things. I'm like, oh, man, I wish I could toss that in. Can't. But one of the things is, Dan and Dave, they kind of changed the script a little bit. Like, it sounds like in the books, it will continue to be the Night King is the big bad. And it will be Cersei, which makes way more sense in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Dan and Dave wanted to make sure Cersei was the main bad guy because they just kind of wanted to change it on their own. It sounds like they changed who kills him too. Like we won't say who kills him, but it sounds like they're the one that decided that person's the one that's going to kill him.
I gotcha.
Because in the books, especially the first draft, we've talked about this before. First draft, not only was there's a love triangle between Jon, Tyrion, and Arya Stark, crazy, but there's a huge time jump. So where they're all like older adults now when things are going down.
Yeah,
that was in the first draft. Now it's obviously way different. So we're starting to realize that there's more changes than we expected in this final season to make things how they wanted it.
Yeah.
Which is whatever. It's still a good story. I'm enjoying it a lot.
So he's coming back?
Yeah, well,
in the books, you're saying the books is going to be different than the TV show.
So in the books, he would have been the last boss. In the TV show, they changed it to where Cersei's the last boss now.
So there's still So maybe death is inevitable, but it's not truly a villain. Living with certain, evil amongst Earth. Maybe the living are like in Walking Dead. Like the living are worse than the dead.
Yeah. So that's what they're kind of doing in the TV show, and in the books, it's much more of the This isn't for sure, but from what it sounds like, the winds are showing that maybe George R. R. Martin actually meant it to go the other way around.
Yeah.
So.
So the survivors are going to be like bad now or something?
Regrouping it. No, so the main bad guy's dead. Whoever's left is going to regroup and have to go fight yet another battle of a kingdom that didn't want to be involved in the fight against the dead.
And we could still see a Night King rise up. That could be something. I am a strong believer that they're copying the Lich King, and which I don't want to get back into what, but I'm a strong. Do it. Yeah, I'm a strong believer that they're copying and there's going to be something where you always have to have a king in the north or a Lich King. God. There always has to be a Night King.
Night King, yeah.
I think there always has to be something controlling that evil forces up there, because I think it's a big yin and yang thing.
Yeah.
Currently, you have dragons flying around. You have Relord, sorry, the god of light. You have a lot of on the good side. Like, you have a lot of Jedis out there. Means you have to have some Sith. So I think there's going to be something where either we get rid of all magic and good, and there's just neutral humans, or there's going to be something that rises up that we need to have the Night King around.
So you're saying there's a Bolvar out there?
I think there's a Boulevard. I think his name's Jon Snow. Yeah. So, anyways, that's where we're at. Let's get into just the last thing we'll finish off with today, guys. We'll go over all the free games you guys can go and get.
Nice.
All right. For PlayStation, the 2 games you can get, and actually these are pretty big hitters. They're indie games, but man, indie games are so good nowadays. It's crazy. What Remains of Edith Finch. You guys need to get that. It's super good. I mean, it's just amazing art style. It's a lot of little one-offs and stuff like that, so it's really cool. And then we get Overcooked, the original Overcooked. You ever play Overcooked?
Overcooked.
It's the one where you like run in a kitchen?
No.
Okay. It's really cool. The sequel's real big. This is the first one. The sequel's hot though. And then for Xbox, you can get Marooners, which is this pirate game. You can get this is the one I'm looking for, and that's from the 1st to the 31st. Golf Club 2 featuring PGA Tour. I like golf games. I don't know what it is. Mario Golf is awesome.
Yeah, I used to like yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, any Mario sport game's fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Except the new tennis that came out. I didn't like that one.
I didn't play that.
It was like I think it was on the Switch. I think it was like the tennis game that came out on Switch, and it wasn't anything like the 64 one, obviously. But it was very. But I used to enjoy fishing games. I don't know why.
Yeah, and the hunting games too. Sometimes it's just kind of like
cool
bowling alley games, basically. But that'll be available from May 16th to June 15th, and we have. Let's see what else we have.
Anything free on the PC?
Actually, yes. Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which is the most insane freaking title ever. That's for the Xbox 360 and 1. And Comic Jumper, which is a good game. That's from 360 and 1 as well. On PC, your 2 free games, Joe, I'm looking right at you, on the Epic Store.
All right, anyways.
So
we'll see y'all tomorrow.
So on the Epic Store, they're giving away a free game every 2 weeks because they're trying to get everybody away from Steam, right? World of Goo is this one right now. It's up until May 16th. Next one's going to be Stories Untold. World of Goo is real good. I've never played Stories Untold. I'm right now playing Transistor, which was a free game from like 2 times ago, which has been a beautiful game, a wonderful game, made by the guys that did Bastion. So good game there too.
Bastion was good.
Yeah. Telling you, Joe, come to the Epic Store.
Never.
You might as well get the games on the Epic Store because if they do take over these free games, you might as well just download them. Because if they take over, then you at least have a library over there. Come on, that makes sense.
Call me.
Call you what?
Call me Bendita because I'm keeping Wildstar.
Oh, God. Yeah. I was actually just talking to her this morning.
Hi, Bendita.
Hi, Benita. Shout out to Benita. All right, I think that's it for us today, though. We got BlizzCon tickets we need to hurry up and try to buy.
Does this come out today?
Comes out in 12 minutes.
Oh, well then.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Geek Freaks Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Geek Freaks Pod. We're also on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us. We have our Patreon and a store. All those links are in the description. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week.